Before we start this episode, I would like to warn our listeners that there will be spoilers all the way through for Wheel of Time and some minor spoilers on the magic systems in the Cosmere universe. Welcome to the Worldbuilding Wardrobe, a bi-weekly podcast in which we discuss the concepts of world building, we build our own worlds, and we just discuss everything there is to discuss about it. I am once again joined by my two co-hosts, Delta and Cole. Say hi, guys.
How you doing?
I want to die, but hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's quite the start
I'm
of the
so sorry.
podcast.
you gotta get it in somehow. And you know what? I gotta say, it needs more coal. Hashtag coal.
I should have said my favorite color is blood. Sorry.
This week's episode, I don't have very much to say about because I'm not much of a magic user myself. But
Well, you're the battle guy.
I'm more of an I enjoy that sort of thing. But I think Cole here has a little more to say about it than I do. So hashtag needs more coal. You know what I'm saying?
Coleslaw?
No.
Oh God.
All right. So my name is Ruin, and
Cole
welcome back
becomes
to. Shut up! I'm talking. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Worldbuilding Wardrobe. This episode, we are going to go over the concept of magic in fantasy. But before we get started, I want to ask you guys, what have you guys been up to this week about world building?
Well, I actually started doing a D&D campaign. I'm in the early processes of developing one, and I'm fairly confident about it. I really enjoy it.
It's your first time DMing?
Yeah, it will be actually. I've wanted to do it for years and had all these different ideas and stuff. So now I get to actually throw them out there, and I'm really excited for it.
All right, nice. What about you, Cole?
I'm in pre-writing of a new story I want to do, and I'm deciding to kill off one of the characters. It's gonna be epic.
All right.
I heard about this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read it in the lot. Every time I have to say Lotre memes, it sounds so weird when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
gonna be fun.
server and all that. Mm.
Yeah, I get to watch this actual child watch his teacher die in front of him because he was too much of a pussy.
Oh
Damn.
wow.
You're a
All
pussy,
right,
bro.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's gonna be
Alright.
nice.
Now, may I pose a question here?
Yeah.
What is magic? What is magic? Can someone explain that to me?
Magic is magical. Yep, that was
Magic
it.
is
Thank you
shit.
everybody for listening to the podcast.
Directed by Robert B. Wide. Oh,
Magic is
God.
random shit that you can't explain. It just happens. Or actually, you can.
You can? Oh, I didn't know.
I don't. I would say it's
Yeah,
stuff
I mean,
that doesn't relate to
that's a
science and
good
reality,
starting
but then
point
like
here.
I think a
Let
Full
me
Metal
just,
Alchemist.
Pull up
kinda
a
does.
definition then.
Yeah, I think.
Oh God,
Go ahead.
I was pulling up a definition of magic.
Oh, here we
and
go.
I came up with a band called Magic, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, tell us what's the Wikipedia definition of magic?
Because you know me and my Wikipedia. Magic is the application of beliefs, rituals, or actions employed in the belief that they can subdue or manipulate natural or supernatural beings and forces. It is a category to which have been placed in various beliefs and practices, sometimes considered separate from both religions. Basically, it's extra-worldy and kind of weird, and I love it.
I think supernatural is the key word there.
That's true. It's a supernatural force, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Something like the one power, that sort of thing. That I know that magic. Ooh.
I also think a key word is science. I don't remember who the author was, and I don't remember the exact quote, so I might be misquoting this. But it was some author that said, every magic is a science not yet understood. It was something like that. I think it's a really interesting concept.
I have heard this before. I really enjoy that concept that everything that hasn't been discovered by science is just magic, and I think that's really cool to me.
It's what Marvel uses to explain everything. Quantum physics.
True, time travel.
Quantum
it's magic.
physics, my ass. Sorry, I'm I just made speaking in tongue. Sorry.
Rune, what's your favorite magic system in the book?
You
Or
already
book
said it.
series, or-
Well,
Oh, you
actually,
did?
I have two. Of course, I have the Wheel of Time magic systems because it's the Wheel of Time. What you gonna do about it?
It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good.
My second one is just if I have to make a choice, it's really difficult for me because as you might know, I love the Cosmere. Plenty of magic systems in there, but I think the favorite one I have is opposite to most people. I think the magic system from Moorbreaker with the breath transferring is one of my favorite
don't
magic
you,
systems.
Explain that to me. I haven't breaker, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds kind of interesting.
If you haven't read Warbreaker, this is gonna spoil a bit, though.
Oh man.
Well, I'll keep it spoiler free. I'll keep it spoiler free.
Okay.
So basically, every person is born with a breath, so something in them that is their. You could say soul, but it's not really the soul. It's more like a spiritual thing. But you have to understand the Cosmere to understand that.
Yep.
And people can give away their souls. But they can't take them. They have to be given willingly with a command, and they can infuse those breaths into stuff like small puppets or dead animals to reanimate them, and give them a command so they do something. God, this is so much to explain about this. Do I really want to go into this?
Let's save it for its own special episode.
But the thing I do have to mention with this with breath is when you use breath, you drain the color from your surroundings, and that is one of the most interesting parts of the magic system. That color defines the magic, and the more breath you have, the more aware you become of the world around you. You have perfect pitch. You can see all colors, literally all colors, so all the shades as well. You have
It's like some kind of. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Just a fucking giver. That's the giver or whatever.
The Giver.
The Giver.
Yeah, you never. Oh, it's a book. Is that what it's called?
Are you
like-
talking about the Giving Tree?
No, not the Giving Tree. Fuck that. Okay. Am I okay? So like, it's like this book where it's like I guess dystopian and like all the people don't see color and shit and like I don't know weird shit. I haven't read in years. And like there's this one.
Never heard of this.
I'm just
before,
gonna.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's too much to go into.
It's okay. I understand. Don't worry. That's me when I bring up the Halo universe to people. But anyway, you said that there were a couple types of magic, or more like a spectrum of magic.
Yeah, it's controversial though, because in the fantasy community, a lot of people fall back on this concept of hard and soft magics, but it's not really accepted by everybody, because people think these are two set rules and your magic system is either hard or it's either soft. But that's actually not the case. It's most of the time it's a mix of the two, and you'll never go on a fully hard magic system or fully soft. And the problem here is that people think that, how do I say this? People think they have to apply to one of these two, which they really don't have to. It's purely the choice of the author. As long as everything you build and say in your book and your world makes sense in the end, you're fine. It doesn't matter how hard or how soft it is, as long as you don't end up with a Deus ex machina, you're gonna be good.
Oh, I've got a really big question for you then. How did Rand light the pipe?
He has learned how to control the pattern.
That was what I thought. I saw a meme about it the other day and I wanted to share it with you, but I decided to leave it. I was like, I'll bring it up in the podcast.
And I have some good news for you about that. I was listening to a podcast of the Shardcast. I don't know if you know those guys. They had a Brandon.
No, I don't know.
They had Sanderson on for the episode, and they were interviewing him, and he told something very interesting. In 2 years' time, 10 years since Memory of Light has been published, they are going to release all of Robert Jordan's notes. Everything that wasn't in the books is gonna be released for the public.
Really?
Yeah. So we're probably gonna know who Nakomi was. We're gonna know what happened to Rand. we're gonna know a lot of things. I hope this is true because Brandon said it himself, and I hope we get a lot of information. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think I probably just lost a bit of audio, but it's running now, so we're good. We're good.
I still got your backup.
Sorry about that. Oh wait, no it. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that when they do the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's so
definitely.
exciting.
Cole, so what about you? What's your favorite Magic system?
Oh god. All right, you guys are too old for this one because it's like young adult and like it's like baby's first fantasy.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, so there's this one got me. I think this is the book that got me into fantasy. It's called the Summoner Trilogy. It's basically like Digimon, but like cooler. So you have these like demons. Oh god, I have to explain this. So you have these demons. So you summon these demons, and it's like, all right, I got like a lizard guy, and so like so you and your little demon can do spells too, but like you gotta, it's like all with like what are those things called, like sign thingies where you like write you do like a little like sign in the little air, and it like
Full Metal
like,
Alchemist
boom,
Naruto style stuff.
No, it's Aeon Dor from Erantris.
Okay, and then I'm like 2 hours later. Okay, so God, I was like a year ago I read this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it was really okay. So then like I guess it's also kind of hard magic because like the demons themselves have like little like signs in their like organs. So like this one can like do fire because he has like a little fire thing on his tongue. I don't know. I thought that was cool.
Like a fire rune on his tongue, a symbol for fire.
Yeah, runes. Yeah. That was it.
That's sweet.
That's cool. I am a personal fan of the one power, or dare I say, the true power. It's so.
Or the third power
so
from
good.
the creator that Rand has now.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, wait, that's a thing.
That's a theory. That's a theory.
Oh, I love it, man. Imagine if the TV show that's totally, absolutely not going to be a total shit fest.
Did you see the trailer for Matt's Dagger?
I haven't seen. Oh yeah, I saw. No, I didn't see the Matt's Dagger one, but I did see the Warder Sword one.
They actually showed. They actually showed a finished scene of the Matt's Dagger.
Really?
It looks insanely
I might have to look
good.
this up.
Yeah. So, but if you have to go,
excited.
if you have to go besides Wheel of Time, what other magic system would you say is your favorite?
I mean, this is gonna sound real dumb here, but I have always enjoyed the Skyrim one, which everyone for some reason seems to hate because there's about 900 different mods to change the magic system. But I've always enjoyed it. It's real simple for me, and when I want to just lay back and relax and just play some fantasy stuff, I can always rely on that for a good time.
Talking about Skyrim, I like this week I played I think 20 hours. I got my illusion to 100 and all perks, and I put it legendary.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I want to get Conjuration to 100, but I don't have it in me because there's just so many other games I have to play.
That's the good part about having bad Wi-Fi. I can just play Skyrim all the time.
That's true. How was that 13-hour upload cycle, by the way?
It was overnight, so didn't really bother.
True. That I have really, really bad internet here. My upload speed's like 1.5 megabytes, so I just leave everything that I'm downloading on overnight and I go to work.
That's how you have to do it.
True. Anyway, do you want to explain to me the rules of most magic systems?
Before I do that, I actually want to go back to hard versus soft magic because we talked about it, but what exactly is it? That's the question we're having right now.
Okay. Let's see what it is.
And I can explain this with the most famous fantasy of all time.
Do it.
Which is?
It's Lord of the Rings.
Of course it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
So,
Heck yeah, baby.
Yeah. Did you know that Viggo Mortensen broke his toe?
Yes, when he kicked the helmet.
All right, Redditor, calm down.
The scream is 100% genuine, but they kept it in, and I love that bit. Oh,
he's a method actor.
Did you know during one of the takes when Sam was running out to the boat in the Fellowship,
he fucking stabbed his toe open.
he stabbed his toe open and everything. It was awesome.
The amount of fucking injuries in that movie is insane. They're like, yeah, all my fucking toes are gone, and I broke.
It was awesome.
If you watch the behind the scenes, it's a miracle these movies even got made. It's insane.
I mean, I do like the bit where they're shooting the forest battle at the end of the Fellowship, and Viggo Mortensen, he's in between takes. He just grabs his fishing pole and he just goes and starts fishing.
Oh,
yeah.
I need to watch it. Seen it in my recommended.
Seriously, just look up at YouTube. They're all on there. It's awesome.
God, I would die for the cast of Lord of the Rings, no cap.
Okay, one more Lord of the Rings fact about the behind the scenes. the knife that Aragorn knocked away when it was thrown at him at Fellowship at the end was a real knife.
No way, really?
Yeah, it was a real knife.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Oh, that's so cool. Anyway.
Yeah,
right,
back on topic.
If we keep going, I'm gonna have to start talking about my. Never mind. I'm not gonna say the joke.
God.
All right, hard versus soft magic in Lord of the Rings. Actually, really simple. The hard magic part of Lord of the Rings is the one ring. It's really simple. It has rules. So hard magic means that there are rules set in place that you can't break and define how the magic works. So the ring, really simple. What does it do? It turns you invisible, turns you into Gollum after a few years, and makes you visible to Sauron. So that's.
Aren't there like other things it can do? But like, Frodo's like, what else can it do? Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna tell you that, you little shit.
Or if you're playing the Shadow of War games, it can turn you into multiple versions of yourself shooting bows at people, and it can grant you invulnerability.
Wait, am I tripping?
Yeah,
I swear
that's not canon.
Yeah, I know it's not canon. I want it to be so bad. You know, my name on the server is Talion for a reason. Anyway, we're getting off topic again.
Wait, I thought there was like other rules for the ring, the other shit the ring can do. Am I tripping? I swear I'm tripping. Oh,
I think you're tripping.
I'm like, am I the only one here who's read the books?
No.
No, we've all read the books. I haven't finished the third one, but
I thought
I've read most of the books.
All right, I'm not going insane.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
I am going insane, actually.
We can fact check that later on.
True. So yeah, but anyway.
All right, so it's hard magic, set rules. The ring does this, the ring does that. That's the consequences of the ring of wearing it. Then we have soft magic, which is what Gandalf does. And in the books, it happens off screen. In the movies, they show the battle with the Balrog. But in the books, it happens completely off screen, and it keeps that like you don't know what Gandalf does. But you know it's magic, you know it's badass, but they're not gonna explain it to you. It's gonna leave it up to the interpretation of the reader, and we're just gonna say, oh, Gandalf, he's a mercenary from the Vala, he knows how to do this, but it's magic. You can't really explain it. It just happens. But
how did he come back to life? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But still, it can be explained in world, and that's how I come back to my Deus Ex Machina problem. You have to stay within your boundaries, even with a soft magic system.
Okay.
I need a sip of water.
You know what?
No,
you know what else?
Don't worry about it. Take that sip. Take.
You know what else has a soft magic system that really upsets me?
Your mom?
No.
I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke.
You guys ever watch or read The Last Unicorn?
Nope.
That's the C.S. Lewis book, one of the Narnia Chronicle books. The first one's good and the rest are kind of a drag. But anyway, explain.
All right, because that's like that's like my favorite freaking movie. I haven't read the book yet, but the magic
The Last Unicorn isn't a movie.
It's a movie. No, it's a book. It's a movie. It's made by Rankin Bass. I swear. I literally have it on DVD.
What? I thought we were talking about the C.S. Lewis fantasy.
No, not C.S. Lewis. It's somebody else. I forgot what his name is. Okay, now I'm going insane. I am going insane.
Is that a dinosaur?
Okay, so
I know what he's talking about though. The Last Unicorn. I've heard of this before.
Oh wait, Peter S. Beagle. That's who wrote it. Okay, so basically it's a book written by, but there's also a movie which I really like. So there's this wizard guy. And his magic makes no fucking sense. Like, he'll just, like, wave his fingers around and, like, he'll be like, oh, man, I said the spell, but I couldn't do the magic. But then, like, I'll say, like, a certain spell, and everything's hunky-dory, but I don't know. It bothers me.
Alright. I feel that.
I'm sorry. I thought you guys would have known it.
Nope, never
So
heard
now
of
I
it.
just embarrassed myself.
I've heard of I heard one guy talk about it one time, but that's about it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was gonna make a sick ass allegory, and I was like, oh no.
I mean, if you're welcome to still, man. We need it for the content. We're at 19 minutes here.
For the content.
I'm gonna fucking eat on my shoe.
I mean, eat your shoe, man. Eat your shoe. Like I said, it's all for the content.
Ugh. If this video gets 20 likes, I'll eat my shoe.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, moving on from that, you want to talk about rules?
Yeah, and I actually got a funny anecdote about that. Well, anecdote, it's actually, again, no big surprise, an anecdote from Sanderson. Because last week I watched his lessons again on BYU about writing. And he talks about his first panel that he was on a con somewhere. And they were going to talk about magic systems. And Brandon said, obviously, a good magic system has rules. And all the other panelists were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And actually, it's still a controversial topic in fantasy. Should you have rules or shouldn't you have rules in your magic system? And I think it's important to have a certain limit of how far you are willing to go with your magic system without pulling the reader out of the story by making it feel how do you say that? Making it feel like you can fix anything with everything with another power up, for example.
Yeah, like the Dragon Ball Z situation where, they hit Super Saiyan level 3 and you're already like, well, I didn't know there were 3 levels to Super Saiyan, and then they go Super Saiyan God and you're just like, what is going on here? I've never been really much of a fan of that about the Dragon Ball Z. Abridged is really fun though.
Team 4-star.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Basically, if your book focuses on magic more than world building or like the general world, you should have like hard rules for your magic, I guess. But like if there's just one guy, if there's like one magic user in the team, I guess like you can just have it like a mystery, like, oh, sometimes he says like a crazy words and then like, man, my toes fixed or something. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's Gandalf.
Yeah. Because everyone else is just...
Good point.
Yeah, I said something.
We did it, guys. We did it. Hashtag needs more calls happening, baby.
Hashtag coleslaw.
Yeah. My Asperger's finally lost the battle, and my common sense won.
I love it. And I'm proud of you. Proud of you. But
yes.
Anyway, do you want to talk about the Sanderson laws? Because you have this written down here, and I've always wanted to hear about this.
Yeah, so Sanderson's laws, again, this is sometimes a controversial topic in fantasy, because some people just don't understand that Sanderson honestly means that this is his way of building a magic system. This is not something you should go by for every single thing you build. It's just his way to do stuff. And it actually makes, for me personally, because I'm a big fan of rules and magic systems and creating plot points around them, that everything comes together in the end, that really speaks to me. And so these laws is something I actually use quite a few times in my writing. Have you guys ever heard of them before?
What?
I have not. Hang on. Let's see here. 3 articles. I personally have not heard of them, but that's because I'm going slowly through Sanderson's works now. I'm going to be starting The Way of Kings here in probably about a week or so. I took a break off after finishing Wheel of Time, but I'll be hitting it up next week.
Oh, just one thing. Read Warbreaker before Words of Radiance. Really important.
Warbreaker before Words of Radiance, but isn't Words of Radiance the second one and Warbreaker's the third?
Warbreaker is another world, another planet, but you have to read it before Words of Radiance. You have to. I'm not gonna say why. Okay. I'm not gonna say why, but
I've heard that there is one character that shows up in all of his stories. And
but it's not about him. It's about something completely different. But yeah, it's because something happens in Warbreaker, and at the end of Words of Radiance, something happens. And if you've read Words of Radiance and you haven't read Warbreaker, it's not going to make any sense. So you have to read Warbreaker first. Just putting it out there.
Okay. I think I'll remember this. Warbreaker before Words of Radiance. Okay.
All right. What were we talking about again?
We're talking about Sanderson's
laws.
laws.
Yeah, the laws.
Oh yeah, the boring part.
So I'm not gonna go into them really deeply. If anyone listening wants to learn more about these laws, I'm gonna provide a link in the description below, and I'm also gonna give a link to the BYU lesson talking about magic systems from Sanderson. So if you want, you can do the full hour and go to class on YouTube. It's really perfect.
I'm actually going to be watching some of his stuff later on today, so I'm excited about it.
All right, so just really briefly, first law, I'm just going to read it off here. An author's ability to solve conflict with magic is directly proportional to how well the reader understands said magic. Might sound like a bit at first, but basically this is, if you foreshadow enough and you lay the basic foundations of your magic system, you can pull off a perfect ending with everything coming together without confusing the reader, as I said, without using a Deus Ex Machina. That's basically it.
Or, I mean, you could go the route of Robert Jordan and have nobody able to understand what the one power is until about halfway through the series.
Or you can do that. Again, this is just Sanderson's way to build magic.
I love it.
And this is actually one of Sanderson's selling points as well. It's called the Sanderson Avalanche. What's it called? The Bravalanche or the Sanderlanche? That's what it's called.
The Sanderlanche, eh?
Yeah,
okay.
It's because in the final 2 or 3 chapters, suddenly everything jumps into motion and everything comes together. And you, as a reader, like 5 seconds before you read the reveal, you realize, like, holy shit, this is gonna happen. And then it happens, and you're like, holy shit, I figured it out. And that's the main concept of this first law, that the reader understands enough throughout the book that he can predict the ending, but just before the ending happens. And that's a really fine line that Sanderson is really a genius at.
Okay. I really enjoy it. I think that's really cool.
And that's actually the thing I'm going for with my book as well, but it's really hard to pull off correctly with the correct foreshadowing and stuff like that.
Is there a way I can read some of this book? Because you have been talking about it non-stop for a while, and I've wanted to read some of it.
Well, my first attempt at doing this, you can read online. It's 90,000 words, but that's all first draft, so there's no editing. There's no going back to the first chapters and changing things. I'll give you a link to that later. The one I'm writing now is that's about 13k words. If you want, I can give it to you so you can do some beta reading, but it's not finished yet. You can already figure some stuff out, I think, because the chapter I just wrote it's like a small info dump chapter without trying to make it seem like an info dump. And I think with that chapter you can figure some stuff out, and I'm curious if you will.
Okay, I'm actually interested to see if I will actually figure some stuff out myself. What's it say about limitations over power here for the second law here?
This does not mean that limitations are more powerful than power. It means limitations are more interesting. So it's not what you can do, it's what you can't do. That's really important. Now, of course, what you can do is also fucking awesome because it's magic and it's fantasy and it's shit explosions and you fly and stuff like that. But it's where the limitations kick in that you really play with the rule set of the magic system and how your protagonists overcome certain obstacles in their journey.
Yep. Okay, that's really cool. I really I like that using the one power again for an example here. As if you use too much of the one power to become even more powerful, you'll eventually just burn yourself out, and then you can't use it ever again.
Satalanam. Rip.
Oh man, rip man. Oh god. I love the part in the last battle with Egwene's famous scene from that.
Flame of Tarvalon.
Yes, and then she creates that whole thing with the thing. Oh man, I love
that small flashback to Perrin's quote. It's just a weave. It's
right. It's just a weave. I was like, yes, it
God
is.
Damn.
Oh, it's so good.
Cole just sitting there like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
All I read is Lord of the Rings, man.
We need to get this man onto the Wheel of Time.
You have to.
I have so many books to read. And then
Wheel of Time is priority because the series is coming out.
Straight up. Like you
I gotta finish the Silmarillion, and then I got like a pile of comics I gotta read. Like you don't even want to know how many comics I have.
Let me explain it to you this way. Like you can read like the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, the Silmarillion. Like yeah, you got your complicated stuff. But then you start reading Robert Jordan's works, which are just the introduction to more high fantasy, and just everything changes.
No,
everything changes.
I only like fantasy with the quirky side characters, like Black Cauldron with Gurgi. Frick yeah.
Well, there's interesting stuff like that too. I could sit here and talk all day, but then the fucking podcast would be like 3 hours long. But
see,
anyway.
I'm really picky with my fucking fantasy. I don't like these like dark and gritty shit. Like it's like all
it's
doom
not
and gloom.
Dark and gritty though. There's plenty of moments in the Wheel of Time where it's awesome. It's happy. Like the end of the second battle of the Two Rivers where
Spoilers.
Oh god. Anyway.
See, I just want to learn how to love again. That's what I'm looking for in a book.
Wheel of Time is perfect for that.
All right, fine, I'm reading it.
100%.
I can explain this with a perfect analogy. Just imagine you're the perfect Christian, all right? You're the perfect Christian. The Lord of the Rings is the Old Testament. The Wheel of Time is the New Testament.
100%. I absolutely agree with that.
That was a weird laugh. Sorry.
You know what, Cole? If you wanted, I will read you the Wheel of Time.
You have Michael Kramer and Kate Redding reading the books. You don't have to read it yourself.
That's true. If you've got Audible, Cole, like seriously, you need to listen to these books. It's the only way I can get through them because if I stare at a page for too long, my mind starts to wander. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I pick up an audiobook and it is amazing. Like the first, because I started listening to the first book again. It starts out a little rocky. One of my personal favorite hiccups in the books is when he first says the name Luz Theron Telamon. He starts reading it and he says he goes Luz Theron Telamon. He has this big sigh because he knows there's just all these huge names and everything like that. But like like the narration of the Audible books, they start small, but then they just go up in quality until the end where it's so fucking beautiful.
Alrighty, I'll freaking read the Wheel of Time. Jeez.
It's perfect.
Do it. We got him, boys.
We got another one.
That'll be in like a freaking year, dude.
You know, they say that the English-speaking world is divided up between two people, which is those that have read the Lord of the Rings and those that have yet to read them. I would like to counter this and say it's between the people that have read the Wheel of yet to read the Wheel of Time.
No, shut the fuck up. Lord of the Rings best book. Shut up.
I mean, it's
not
very
true.
Inspirational, Cole, but you know, I personally prefer the Wheel of Time over Lord of the Rings.
Look, as someone who runs a subreddit with almost 800,000 Lord of the Rings fans, I'm going to be the first to say Wheel of Time is better. But Lord of the Rings, without Lord of the Rings, we wouldn't have had Wheel of Time. Lord of the Rings is the core of fantasy together with Narnia, but fuck Narnia. Lord of the Rings is the staple of fantasy. It's a perfect series almost. But Wheel of Time is so much bigger, so much more fleshed out and world building. It's better.
No. Are you telling me my autistic special interest is not that great? No.
It is perfect for your autistic mind, Cole. It is amazing. Trust me.
The main three characters are all three autists. So.
Wait, what? In Wheel of Time?
Yeah. Basically.
Anyway, we should finish these freaking laws here. I could go forever. We're already at 30 minutes. Here we go. Okay, third law.
Third law. Expand on what you have already before you add something new. Now, this is not specifically for the world building aspect, but it's more for the writing aspect. It also helps world building that you don't get too much done. It's really simple. Before you add new stuff, make sure that the old stuff is completely understood and completely fleshed out, so you have a better basic to work with. Mm-hmm. That's basically it.
Okay. And there's like, I go into the third law here to start reading some of it, and then the third law itself has 3 different categories, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. But like extrapolate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But we're just gonna stick to the broad concepts now, and we can go
That's true.
in depth later.
We'll do Sanderson's laws in another episode. I promise you, Sanderson fans.
And then we have also, of course, Sanderson's 0th law. And I think Cole is gonna love this one. Basically, it means shit's gotta be awesome.
It's straight up. You can have Lord of the Rings magic where, it's really cool and everything like that, and like some things happen, but then you gotta have the side of awesome. When you're parting rivers to get away from ring wraiths or something like that, or using a light to blind an entire army of orcs at the Battle of Helm's Deep. You gotta have the awesome bits in there to keep it interesting, keep it fresh.
Or fucking sedate Pippin because he won't shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's awesome too, but
I think that actually happened.
Does it?
Maybe.
I saw someone someone had a theory. Shut the fuck up, you stupid child!
What?
It's all your fault.
I don't know. Okay, now he's lost me.
Yeah, I'm gone as well.
Oh god, sorry. I had an energy drink like 5 hours ago, and I think it's kicking in.
Wow.
All I can see is Martians.
Wow, Cole. Okay, so if that's everything, we got. I think that's about it. Do we really wanna world build the world today?
I think we better wait for this for another episode on Magic, because I think our concept that we talked about now is a bit too broad, and we don't really have specifics on what we want to do in our world.
I think we need Gianni here for the spice magic system.
Yeah, because he loves magic systems, and it would be unfair if he wasn't here to do it. So that was this week's episode of the World Building Wardrobe. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to the podcast. My name was Ruin.
I'm Delta.
I am Cole.
3 words this time. Sick.
Ooh, wow, we got it.
There's progress.
There you go, podcast fans. We got more Cole for you. Wow, are you happy now?
The question is Cole happy?
Is Cole happy? No.
That's true. We'll get you there one day.
We'll get you there.
Don't you worry.
No.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I shat my pants.